Devaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayana
Narayanam
Namaskrityam
Namaskrityam
Naranchaiva Narottamam
Naram
Naram Chaiva
Chaiva
Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim
Devim
Saraswati
Saraswatim
Tato Jayamudiraye
Tato Jayamudiraye
Ashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu
Nashtapraya
Shtaprayeshu Bhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Uttamaśloke
Bhaktin Bhavatirnaistiki
Bhaktin Bhavati Naistike
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya
Krishnaya
Vasudevaya
Vasudevaya
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Nandakopa Kumaraya
Nandagopakumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for the Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. Today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 7, text number 37. 37. The canto name is The Cosmic Manifestation and the chapter name is The Scheduled Incarnation with Specific Functions. Please repeat the sloga beginning me. Deva-dviṣāṁ nigama-vartmani niṣṭhitānāṁ
Deva-dviṣām
Nigama-vartmani niṣṭhitānāṁ
niṣṭhitānāṁ
pūrbhir mayena vihitābhir adṛśya-tūrbhiḥ
pūrbhir
mayena vihitābhir adṛśya-tūrbhiḥ
lokān mati-vimoham atipralobhaṁ
lokān
lokān
ghnatāṁ
ghnatāṁ mati-vimoham atipralobhaṁ
atipralobhaṁ
veṣam vidhāya bahu bhāṣyata aupadharmyam
veṣam
veṣam vidhāya bhāṣyata aupadharmyam.
Word by word meaning. Deva-dviṣāṁ, of those
of those
who were envious of the devotees of the Lord.
who were
Who were
envious of the
envious of the
devotees of
devotees
the
of the
Lord.
Lord.
Nigama,
Nigama,
the Vedas,
the
Vedas,
Vedas,
Vartmani,
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 on the path of
on
on
the
the
path
path
of
of
niṣṭhitānāṁ,
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 of the well situated,
of the well
of the well
situated,
situated,
pūrbhir,
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 the rockets,
by
by rockets,
rockets,
mayena,
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 made by the great scientist Maya,
made by the great
made by the great scientist Maya,
vihitābhir,
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 made by
made by
made by
adṛśya-tūrbhiḥ,
adṛśya-tūrbhiḥ,
unseen in the sky,
unseen in the
unseen in the sky,
lokān,
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 the different planets,
the
different
different planets,
ghnatāṁ,
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 of the killers,
the
of the killers,
mati-vimoham,
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 bewilderment of the mind,
bewilderment of the mind,
atipralobhaṁ,
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 very attractive,
very
very
attractive,
attractive,
veṣam,
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 dress,
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 vidhāya,
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 having done so,
having done
having
so,
done so,
bahu bhāṣyate,
bahu bhāṣyate,
bhāṣyate,
will talk very much,
will talk
will
very
talk very much,
aupadharmyam,
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 sub-religious principles.
sub-religious,
sub-religious principles.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanavanda A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Translation, please repeat behind me. When the atheist
When the
When the
atheist,
atheist,
after being
after
after
being
being
well versed in the Vedic scientific knowledge,
well
well
versed in the
versed in the
Vedic
Vedic
scientific
scientific
knowledge,
knowledge,
annihilate inhabitants of different planets,
annihilate
annihilate inhabitants
inhabitants
of
of
different
different
planets,
planets,
flying unseen in the sky
flying
flying
unseen in the
unseen in the
sky
sky
on well-built rockets
on
on
well-built
well-built
rockets
rockets
prepared by the great scientist Maya.
prepared
prepared
by
by
the
the
great
great scientist
scientist
Maya.
man.
The Lord will
The
The
Lord
Lord
will
will
bewilder their minds
bewilder
bewilder
their
their
mind
minds
by dressing himself
by
by
dressing
dressing
himself
himself
attractively as Buddha
attractively as
attractively as
Buddha
Buddha
and will preach on
and
and
will
will
preach
preach on
on
sub-religious principles.
sub-religious
sub-religious principles.
Purport. The incarnation of Lord Buddha is not the same Buddha incarnation we have in the present history of mankind. According to Srila Jiva Goswami, the Buddha incarnation mentioned in this verse appeared in a different Kali age. In the duration of life of one Manu, there are more than 72 Kali Yugas, and in one of them, the particular type of Buddha mentioned here would appear. Lord Buddha incarnates at a time when the people are most materialistic and preaches common sense religious principle. Such ahimsa is not a religious principle itself, but it is an important quality for persons who are actually religious. It is a common sense religion because one is advised to do no harm to any other animal or living being because such harmful actions are equally harmful to he who does the harm. But before learning these principles of non-violence, one has to learn two other principles, namely to be humble and to be prideless. Unless one is humble and prideless, one cannot be harmless and non-violent. And after being non-violent, one has to learn tolerance and simplicity of living. One must offer respects to the great religious preachers and spiritual leaders and also train the sense for controlled action, learning to be unattached to family and home, and enacting devotional service to the Lord, etc. At the ultimate stage, one has to accept the Lord and become his devotee. Otherwise, there is no religion. In religious principle, there must be God in the center. Otherwise, simple moral instructions are merely sub-religious principle, generally known as aupadharmyam, or nearless to religious principles. That's it. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshulmridam Yana Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharani Nirvishesha Shunyavad Bhāṣyata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So today's sloka, again, Brahma and Narada, they are discussing. Brahma is giving the various incarnations about the various incarnation of the Supreme Lord. Today's in the specific shloka, he was talking about the Buddha, Lord Buddha, Buddha's incarnation. Buddha also one of the incarnation of the Supreme Lord. And Prabhupada mentioning that this Buddha, whatever the Buddha we are having studying in our history and we are seeing here, this Buddha, latest Buddha, maybe in the 1,000 years back, he born, that is Siddharth. And then we studied he got the jnana under the uh, tree in Gaya. So this Buddha is not the Buddha what is mentioned in the scriptures. Because what is mentioned in the scriptures, it is the Buddha who was in the other Kali age. Because this Kali Yuga started 5,000 years back. And Prabhupada is mentioned, as per the Jiva Goswami, the Buddha actually incarnated in the other Kali Yuga. So the previous Kali Yuga. So there are, for Manu's lifetime, one Manu's lifetime, there are 72 Kali Yugas will be there. In that, one of the Kali Yuga is Buddha born. So here, actually the Brahma, he was giving the knowledge to Narada before this incarnation happened. He was explaining that there will be a incarnation called Buddha will happen, he will preach the ahimsa and all. So, if there is a religious principle, the religion means the central part of the religion should be a God. So, if you take any religion, there must be a God there. If you say Hinduism, we are worshipping the God in center, and we are worshipping, maybe we are worshipping different demigods, but somebody in the center. And the Christianity also, and Muslim also, anybody, if you take any religion, there must be a God in center. But Buddha, he was not preached about the God. What he is talked about, mainly he focused on ahimsa, non-violence. So non-violence, detached from the material world. Those kind of activities, he was so much, he give the stress on those things. Why this Buddha incarnation happened is, first of all, to stop the annihilation of the living entities in the material world in the name of sacrifice. Because as specified by Brahma, there are the atheist, when the Kali Yuga, always, if you see the Kali Yuga, it is more or the increased number of atheists will be there. So even in the any previous Kali Yuga also. So the atheistic people, in order to atheistic people, they won't follow the religious principle, and they will change the meaning, whatever specified in the Vedic rituals. So the Vedas, it is said that you need to sacrifice animals. So the Vedic principle, as per the Vedic principle, the sacrificing animal in the yajna, it is to check the power of the mantra, what the Brahmana is reciting. So the Brahmana's mantra power, it should be revealed through sacrificing of the animals. That it should be tested. Actually, when there is a cow or any other horse are sacrificed in the yajna, based on this mantra, whatever recited by the Brahmana who was doing, who is part of the yajna, the animal will get the another body. So that proves that the mantra's effectiveness. So those things are specified in the Vedas. And also there are less intelligent persons in this material world. And for them, because they cannot control their senses. Even now in the current status also, we are seeing people are taking to, so we are going to the temple, for example, the Melkote kind of temple, we are going there, and we are worshipping the Lord Narsimadev, and we are Narsimadev is a avatar of the Supreme Lord. So for him, people are the less intelligent people, what they will do, they will go and they will cut the goat, they sacrifice the goat over there. But the devotee, he won't involve on those activities. He will go to the temple, and he will worship the Lord with the wholeheartedly. And the similar thing will happen in Ahobilam also. There is the Narasimha. So that is one of the Narasimha. There also, it is inside of the dense forest. There also, the people who are there, the surrounding people, they will go and sacrifice the goat there. So this custom is made that so that these people come under a religious principle. That is the reason all this sacrifice and all, it is allowed for the less intelligent people who may not be able to understand the scriptures. Okay, if you wanted to gratify your senses by eating the animals, then take the less intelligent animal, the low quality animal, take that and sacrifice in front of the Lord, so that he can understand, okay, there is a God, I need to sacrifice to them on this particular day only, I need to sacrifice, and particular time only I have to eat. All those things he will come under the regulation. So for that reason, all these things are mentioned in the Vedic principle, because in order to cover those people also. So the Sanatana Dharma, it is not only for the people who are the Brahmana or Vaishnavas. So it is for all classes of men, even the Malachas, the who are there, the outcast, the dog eaters, the people who are eating dog flesh, they are not come under even the Shudra category also. Those people also can understand this. I mean, not only understanding, so they will get, at least they will come into the regulation. That's the reason all these principles principles are made in the Vedas. So that is the reason the Vedas actually the only one Veda, since is one Veda cannot be understood by the Kaliuga people. That is the reason Vyasadeva divided into 4 Vedas. This actually one Veda divided into 4 Vedas, so that based on the quality, they can understand the Vedas. So then there is a mode of ignorance people. They can also read Veda. They will also follow the Vedas, but by outwardly it will look like the Vedas are supporting the annihilation of the animal. But the gender point of that is to include those people who are not able to control their senses and their mind also unable to understand the higher philosophies, and they are only sense gratification thinking only with that people. So in order to include those people also in this Sanatana Dharma, and they are to get into the path of self-realization, they also, for them it will take many lifetimes, but if they need to come under a certain rules and regulation, so that the Vedas has instructed them to and encourage them to on the animal sacrifice on the god, for the god. Usually the animal sacrifice will happen the god like Kali and all, but this the Grama Devadas, there is a Grama in the villages, you can see the Devi Devadas. There they will have different Devis. So there they will do that Munishwara, they will go and sacrifice there. So it is that's why in order to bring them under a proper, it's not a proper actually, the killing animal is not a proper, but they let them also come under a rules and regulation. They follow the rules and regulations. Certain month they should not, the Shravan month, they should not eat non-veg. So they will stop that. And they should not eat on the specific days. They should cut on the specific day only. They need to cut this they need to do the sacrifice. Before sacrifice, they need to worship. All those things, it is mentioned. At least they will get the little touch of the Lord's. Through that, they can get the path of the self-realization. That is the only aim behind that. That is the reason the Vedas are supporting this animal sacrifices. But the Kali Yuga people, they will leave all this principle behind that. But what they will understand? They will understand the Vedas are supporting animals. So let me also take the animal flesh. So let us have a little kill the animals as much as we want. We can eat. And they will debate. If you in the current age also, the atheistic people, they will debate with us. Even Rama, he took a non-vegetarian. It is there in the Ramayana, they will say. So these are all for the arguments. So these are the arguments. It's not going to never-ending story. Because Rama, he was there he was not in the Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga, it is prohibited. And Kali Yuga, it is animal sacrifices. Eating animals is prohibited. It is not necessary also. See, if somebody not able to control their senses, you want to eat flesh, you can eat. You can eat. There is no restriction. Sanatana Dharma allowing that also. You eat flesh, but with a prescribed manner and sacrifice, do the sacrifice, then eat. Not you need to have that understanding that flesh we are offering to the Lord and I am taking. That understanding should come. That is the basic thing. That's the reason they're allowing, the Sanatana Dharma allowing for the less intelligent people to attract by the Rama Devadas or the Devadas for the mode of ignorances. They can go and do that. They do the sacrifices and they can have it. But in the Kali Yuga, there are most of the people are Shudras. By born, everybody so by Shudra only. And they are mode of by seeing the surrounding. If you see in our surrounding, if you come out of the house in the city and all, there are so many, every alternative shop, you can see the non-veg shops only. It is kind of a varieties. You can see the one person will fish, one other person will meat, another person will chicken. Like that, there are many varieties and multiple shops are opened here and for the sense gratification of the people. People are attracted by that. Even some 20-30 years back, these kind of shops are not there within where the people are used to live or are in the bazaar. It will be there on the outside of the village, outside of the city will be there, outskirt, because there only we need to go on, because this is the killing of the animal. Even government also, they made the slaughterhouses. There only you need to go and kill the animal. It is not wherever you want. There you need to kill the animal. There only you need to take the flesh and you need to distribute the other shops. Then you need to sell it. But currently, it is every alternative shops become a non-vegetarian shops because of the Kali Yuga Prabhava. So now it is only 5,000 years only over. Kali Yuga started 5,000 years back only. But now itself we are seeing so many annihilation, so many of animal killing the animals, so many things. And for our senses, we are growing animals and we are killing. So that is more dangerous. So earlier people used to go to the forest and they will hunt and they used to take animal flesh. But now what we are doing, there is a business, it's becoming a business. They are growing, they're keeping the animal farm, they are growing it and they are eating it. So this and all, it is a kind of a very atheistic and a very cruelty. So this cruelty need to be stopped. How it can be stopped? That is the reason Lord appeared as a Buddha in the other Kali Yuga. So that time he came and he preached the ahimsa. Ahimsa means what? Himsa means you are killing somebody. Ahimsa means non-violence. So he was preached the non-violence activity. We should not kill the animals. So in order to stop that, he come up with that, and he was not talking about. He was talking about against the Vedas. Buddha is talking about again Vedas. Don't follow the Vedas and Vedic rituals. Ahimsa, we need to follow the ahimsa. There is no whatever. There is shunyavad. There is a shunyavad. Shunyavad means after leaving this body, everything is shunya. There is nothing after that. So that is the philosophy he preached. And some classes of people attracted by Buddha's philosophy and they become a Buddhist. They are following the Buddha's philosophy. Now also the Buddhist philosophy, if you see, the many part of the world, they are following the Buddhist philosophy, especially in the Asian countries. So there they will follow the ahimsa. So in Thailand and kind of countries, what it will do, every in their religion, in the Buddhist religion, every house they have to give one male child for the religious activities. So when the child become very small, that age itself, 2 years, 1 year, 2 years, that time itself they will give the child to the Buddha temple, the ashrama. So they will leave the child in the ashrama, and they won't. They actually it is kind of a detachment. So the boy who is in the ashrama, he has to follow the detachment. They won't. There is no connectivity between family and them. They will be in that temple only, Buddha temple only. They will be staying there only. They will learn the Buddhist philosophy and they will go and preach. And every 2 months once, monthly once, they will come to they will be stay in the away from the village, and one monthly once or 2 months once they will come to the village. So at that time, all the residents of the village, what they will do, in front of their house, they will put a table and they will keep whatever they can do. They can give some food items, some dresses, whatever they are able to keep, they will keep in the table, and they will stand close. Means they will see their children who are all coming. The children come in the line, and they will each house in front of the house. They will come. They will take whatever they want. They will pick from the table. So these persons who are there, the residents, they know that from this children, one of my child is my child. So they know that, but they don't know who is my child, because all the people they never saw the people, the other boy after leaving them in the temple. So that's the reason they will, with the love, out of love, they will keep everything in front of the house. And this monthly once or 2 months once, this children will come on the line and they will take whatever they want. So this parents, they will see, okay, one of the children is my child. So they will treat everybody as a child. Then the child will go back to Buddha's temple. So this is one of the customs. Still currently it is there. They are also following in the Thailand kind of countries. And the main philosophy of Buddha is ahimsa. And that's what here in this sloka, Brahma is mentioning that it is a sub-religious principle. It's a he is preaching Buddha. He will preach on sub-religious principle. So what is the sub-religious principle? So sub-religious principle means religious principle means it should be centered around the God. But the sub-religious principle means apart from that, what are the religious principle? Main principle is centered on the God, and what are the activities we are supposed to do? That will be the sub-religious principle, like ahimsa, and we should to leave the non-violence, and we should be humble, and we should be prideless. These are all the qualities needed to become a devotee of the Lord. But here in the Buddhist philosophy, this is for more stress on this sub-religious principles like non-violence, humble, prideless, ahimsa. So all those things, it is majorly it is talked there. So that is the reason this Buddhist philosophy, Buddha, he came and he stressed on the sub-religious principles. He never talked about the Supreme Lord. So this incarnation, it is a different incarnation of the Supreme Lord, and he came here. But if you outwardly, if you see the Buddha, he was opposing the Vedic principle. But in order to, why the purpose began that, why the Supreme Lord took the Buddha's incarnation? Because to stop the annihilation. Annihilate, because people are become full of atheists and they are annihilating the animals. In order to stop and bring the people in a proper manner, that is the reason, at least come under a certain rules and regulation. That is the reason Buddha's incarnation has happened. So in the current world, we are seeing there is so much of annihilation is happening in the name of self gratification. So there are so many annihilations in the temple, that like the Grama-devata, worshipping Grama-devata, and people are even in the current say tomorrow is it's going to be a Shivaratri. In the Shivaratri also the line will be there in the temple. The same time they are saying that okay, yearly once Shivaratri is coming, so let me go and be in the temple in the line and let me worship. And at the other time, what will do after that? Shivaratri, Hanuman Jayanti, Ram Navami, all this time people will be there in the line and they will worship the Lord. They'll worship the Lord and they'll come out. But apart from that, what they will do? They will come out and they will follow their own way of life. Let me gratify my senses. Let me take some non-vegetarian. Let me take this and that. But it should be come under the umbrella. That's the reason the Buddhist philosophy happened. And even the Sanatana Dharma also, it is encouraging such people with a different, there are different classes of men. So it is taking non-vegetarian, you should understand what we are doing. That's why it is called mamsa. It's become mamsa. It's a Sanskrit word. Mamsa means in this birth I am killing you. The next birth you can kill me and eat. So that is the agreement between the animal which is sacrificed and the person who is cutting them. So this is a sinful activity. This sin will get into the person who is killing and who is exporting and who is purchasing and who is making the food and who is selling and who is eating. Everybody will share this papa, the sin. The sin will be shared by all of the people. But say what we can do currently in the society, it should come under regulation. So the government, currently the government is we have to regulate the people who are addicted to the liquor. But the government is licensing that liquor. The liquor is not, it should be prohibited generally. But some class of people, they cannot control themselves. Otherwise, what will happen? They will drink this and that. They will make their own liquor. Then people will die. And there are so many cures in the society. That's the reason government license that, prepare the liquor, and whoever want, go and drink. That is the way government is licensed them. The similarly, our religious principles also license the people, such people. If you want, okay, drink. If you wanted to, the drinks are allowed. Similarly, if you want to eat non-veg, okay, take non-veg, but under the religious principle. But the Buddha's incarnation is stop the abominable activities of killing the animals without any reason. So that's why he preached the sub-religious principles. That's what explained in this sloka. Hare Krishna. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki